just installed this on my John boat. Little 12 volt deal. Just in case I need some crappie minnows, or my Osmo up there recording the front of the boat. See? Check it. See how I do that? See that? So I can record from there and be up close and personal. Kind of digging that. Thank you, TH Marine. Thank you, Luke Duncan, for that. All right, so I'm out here with my boat at the Missile Baits headquarters. Raining, nasty outside. I figured I would install that little 12 volt plug in thing, whatever, on the front deck of my boat for my YOLO stick. That way, like I said, I'm gonna get like a bucket full of minnows, and I'm gonna have them junks running off that aerator, plug it right into my power right there, and I've also got my YOLO stick sticking in it so I can film front deck of the boat up and close and personal. Like I said, my boy Logan back here sweeping the floors drilled the hole for me, and he helped me out, so some shout outs to him. The one thing that I wanted to show you was, because you know I'm made up with crappie fishing. Like last weekend, that's all I freaking did was crappie. I might have bass fished for about 10-15 minutes. The thing about crappie fishing is it's a good break from bass fishing, all right? Like that's all I do is bass fish. And I used to do nothing but musky fish. When you're out there bass fishing and you see crappies, why not catch them? Why not try to catch them? Super clean too. I'm gonna try that out. Clean my boat, wipe down the boat wrap, my rims and stuff. Cool company. Talked to them. They sent me some stuff, and I'm gonna try it out. Clean that nasty cal on that 9.9 right there. A little dirty. All right. So, like I said, Denali sent me some goods today because I talked to my guy over there, and I was like, bro, I'm getting ready to go buck wild on some crappie fishing, and because I'm a little bit ate up with it right now. He's like, well, what do you want? It's like, I want that 7.6, I want that 10 footer, and I want that 12 foot hitter. Boy, you know, the 12 footer, I mean, when I say 12 footer and you hold it in your hand, you're like, damn, that rod's long and whippy, like whip it. The 10 and the 12 footer come in 2-piece, right? This is the Denali Prime, and 2-piecer, and I think these things retail at like 70 bucks, something like that, on $70 on the website. Very well built. I've actually got a rod maker that works here in the back of Missile Baits, and every time I get rods in, he looks at them, he checks the spine, he looks at the guides. Mark Saunders approved. Okay. This one right here is the 12 footer, dude. This is a big freaking rod. Like, all right, so I'm gonna stand right here. This is the end, and I'm gonna walk this way. See how long it is. Ready? Check this out. Still going. It's a long ride. Actually, this is a gift from my guy Jerry that took me out. As you've seen, if you watched the last video, if not, I'll pop it right up there so you can check it out. My crappie video. Jerry's a good dude, great fisherman, all the way around, bass fisherman, crappie, doesn't matter. So that's a 12 rod. I got that for him as a gift for giving me tons of knowledge in one day on crappie fishing. And he didn't tell me everything, but getting me started, you know what I'm saying? This right here is the Denali Prime. Again, this is the 10-foot crappie rod. This is same deal, whippy, same build, 2-piece, and I'm gonna keep this one because I used Jerry's 10-footer and I liked it. I just need to get me another Lew's reel on here. So this, same deal, they're whippy, like pole vault. And I actually kind of got used to fishing with the 10-foot rod. The thing about a 10-foot rod is when you're over like a big tree, or, you know, and you want to get, like, you're sitting right over top of all the really gnarly stuff and you don't want to move your boat and you want to get like on the branches or something like that, this 10-foot rod, bro, will do it. Because you just, you know, it's kind of like just flipping, right? It's kind of like pitching a jig, you just hold your line out and then put it right over top of there, especially when you got live scope. Pop it down and you'll see that junk go in between those limbs. You know where to stop it, and you're not like in the meat. So that's where a 10-foot rod really comes in. 10-foot rod really comes in handy, and it's 10 foot, which is kind of cool. So I'm gonna break this down. I'm gonna keep this one for myself. Like I said, just don't have my reel on it yet. Now this, I really like this one. This is probably my favorite one because I'm used to fishing with more rods under 8 foot. All right, so if I'm throwing a rod that's 8 foot, it's gonna be either a cranking rod or a flipping rod. This is a 7.6 Crappie rod. It's the Denali Prime as well. And like I said before, I'm not mistaken, I wanna say they're like 70 bucks, anywhere from 70, 80, something like that, 69.99. They're reasonably priced, and you don't have to spend a lot of money to get into crappie fishing, because I don't have a lot of money. When, you know, like when Jerry was kind of breaking down what all I needed, he's like, you just get these hooks at Walmart. They're gold, and instead of breaking off those Gamakatsus, you can bend these. All right, so you bend these hooks out, you get your whole rig back, like when fishing with live minnows. You get your split shot back and your hook, and you just bend it back, throw another minnow on there. We were live fishing, we were live bait fishing. The thing with live bait fishing, like, I'm not a crappie fisherman yet. Watch out, suckers. The thing about live bait fishing is, when I was going and trying to catch crappie off these dock poles, and I wasn't catching that many, he explained to me that when the water temp's like 39, 40 degrees, like really, really freaking cold, live minnows work best. And I'm a game, I love the game of, I love fishing with artificial stuff. That's probably about the only time I've ever fished with live minnows was last week. Except probably when I was a kid and I went out with Early Whirl and he'd put on some big old creek chubs, and we'd catch him big ass bass, as he called them, in the James River. But so I was using like gulps, and I was using like these little bucktails like this, or actually it's a floating fly is what this is used for, but crappie will eat this too. So when the water temperature starts to warm up just a little bit, you know, 43, 44, you can start throwing these. You can start throwing artificial stuff now, because I did catch 5, and I really didn't know what I was doing at the time. Minnows, if you want to go really blast them and be a meat hunter, because we filleted them fish up and I cooked tacos that night and I vacuum sealed the rest of them. Just get you some minnows, because if you that hungry, get you some minnows and go out there and fish with them. Back to my rod setup. This is a 7.6 Denali Prime, and what I did, this is a Lose Light Speed spinning reel. See how small it is? I love this setup. I don't know why, I just like holding it, and you know, it's just, I don't know, that little reel. I mean, it's like this when you reel it and you're like, oh. I've got 12-pound X Plasma braid on this for my backing, and then I've got probably 10 to 15 foot of Sunline Sniper fluorocarbon, 6-pound. Like I said, I haven't even used this rod yet. I just got my rods in today. Everything plays out right, me and Logan gonna go this weekend. All right, and we gonna fish with minnows, and we're gonna fish with artificial little floating flies. These Gulp 2.5 inch. These are black shads. This is what I caught them on the second day I was fishing. They work pretty good, and it's the same deal as, it's like drop shotting. All you do is drop shot these, because you're not putting it on the bottom and dragging it back. You're pretty much fishing vertical. So you just drop it down. Me having live scope, or you could have 2D. You don't have to have live scope. If you know where the crappie are, you know, you can see them in 2D or down imaging or whatever, and you can drop them down just like Demiki rigging, or just like dropping a drop shot down and hitting them right on the head. And live scope, it's a little bit easier to find them, and you can watch them come up and eat it, and you can watch striper swim through there and they all disappear. But these little gulp minnows were really good. I am gonna try some missile baits this weekend too. I'm gonna try these little Ned bombs like the Golden Shiner and the Silver Flash minnow. Definitely gonna try them. And I'm probably gonna try like the little drop crawls as well, like the Pinkalicious or the Natty Light, because they're 3 inch. and I've got like some jigs, some little jig heads. I'm gonna put them on and just see what happens. I don't see why they wouldn't eat them, just to kind of see if we can see what different lures we can catch them on. Like I said, we'll have minnows and we'll have you know, gulp and little bucktails that actually Mark tied this. So this is my crappie setup. This is what I'm going with. Be sure to watch out for the video if we go. It's supposed to be a little nasty, snowy, rainy, sleet weather coming in, but we'll see. I don't know about the mud, like the muddy water, if it affects them. I guess we'll just have to see. Yeah, and the thing about these reels, this little Lose light spinning was $19 at Walmart. Like, Lose didn't send me this. I actually went out and bought it. $19. So crappie fishing is really not expensive at all to get into, and they taste so good. Like fish tacos. I even put some in a cast iron skillet, some butter, okay, some butter, and a little bit of garlic salt, a little bit of pepper. And then I put some more in there, and I put some of that Louisiana seasoning that old Dave Cavell and the boys down there in Prairieville sent me. Butter, Louisiana seasoning. That's some good eating. Crappie. I'm saying it like it's junk. This is my crappie setup. This is a crappie setup, is what I got. Hey, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button. If you learned anything, let me know. If you got any questions, comments, any future videos that you want to see, drop a comment below. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Catch me on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and I think that's it. I got off the other stuff. I couldn't do it anymore. I was getting too much flack from it. But yeah, till next time, we'll catch you. Bye.